Alright, here on Aussie Yen on the 1 hour, I took a sell attempt here and then missed the sell attempt there. This one stopped me out for 1 hour loss. But so the overall read is a downtrend, making lower lows all the way, breaking big areas, making lower lows. Right here we have a guy who started, made a lower low, pulled back, ranged, and then broke above, which invited buyers. So on the hourly, definitely buyers are here, looking for a refresh, and this pulls back and buyers try from here and then break below. So this is a really nice trap area that everybody thinks the buys are going to happen, especially probably with this big rejection. People think that the buys are going to go because this news turned the market around or something, I would imagine. So there's lots of buyers in here. So I was looking at this breakdown and pull back to this area to release for the sells because there's lots of buys in here. We can jump up to the 4 hour just to check our MAs. And on this overall downtrend, we slow down, pull back, and we get up to this 50 MA, which says, okay, this was a good refresh to continue the sells because the buyers or the sellers got their discount. We can jump up to the daily just to make sure we're not in any area of concern. And where I'm at, yeah, there's a support resistance here, but I think we have room, so I'm not worried about the daily. Try not to go too much into the higher time frames because I can get lost pretty easily. Just stick to this. We have this break below in this small range, and then this break above, which will definitely get buyers, and we need buyers to sell from. So we see that. So let's go to correlation. Aussie Yen right here on the hourly. This is the breakdown pullback. Here we also have New Zealand Yen breakdown pullback. Same. Your Aussie inverse. Break up, pull back, and then CAD Yen break down, and then pull back. Now this CAD Yen is going higher, so that's a little concerning. This one is starting, it's kind of around that area, and then even this one is around that area. So we're testing this area fairly good. So correlation is pretty good. We'll go back to this. So we'll drop down to our precision, and here we are at our trap area with this prolonged range, lots of volume over here, lots of people buying. They got trapped. This prolonged range, the guy who started pushed up. We get to this first release zone, and then we see some attempts, but they could not push it down, and then they break further. So looking at this as my last guy who started, there are definitely people in on the buys on this because it's going so high. So they're thinking buys. So this primary goes to the tip top of this trap area and then pushes down, but the primary can't go too far and pulls back for a secondary. And I'm watching this pull back, stall here, make a little bit higher high. Can't go much. A little bit higher high, can't go much. And then we break down here. And this whole time the volume, these are my high volume areas. But this whole time the volume is not spiking or getting any higher. And around this area is New York FX Open. So what I was doing, I was kind of trying to get this secondary sell before we break below and come back for the on phase sell. Trying to be a little bit aggressive on this one. So I looked at this as my guy who started, but really this is my guy who started that I have to take out for the on to be on, if that makes sense. This guy was just my last secondary push that I wanted to take out. And on this last push down, I actually saw another pair, USD Yen at the same time, which was not really one of my correlating pairs, had pushed down also pretty hard, making lower lows. So I thought maybe this was it. So I went ahead and took a sell here. Stops just above this guy, which were also above this bigger trap. So that's what I was thinking. It came back immediately and stopped me out. So, and then at this point, I thought, okay, maybe this isn't going to go. Maybe this, the secondary didn't go, and now we're breaking above these highs at one point. So I was like, okay, this is pretty much gone, which even got people more interested in the buys, I believe, and they bought from here thinking it was going to go. I kind of stopped watching it after this went up higher. I said to myself, I even posted that this was just, this is gone for now. So I was kind of looking at some other pairs, and then I just had checked back to this one, and we were about right here breaking below. And I was like, okay, they just wanted a little bit better price. Now we're breaking below this last push guy who started. So I kept at this point, and the volume was increasing. So at this point, I was looking for any little wick or pullback to get in on. I set a sell limit right here, but it never would tag it. And then as this broke below, I thought, okay, this is definitely the on phase. We broke him, so give me any little wick pullback. I set another sell limit here to get in, but it never gave me that. These eventually did come back, but never went to my sell limit. They just poked around it. And the one concern I had about this area with the high volume was that we're now forming this range. So if it did break above and came up to any of these areas, now I would have this zone below me. So I just never got in on this one. Missed it. Just never gave me that quick little retest back that I was looking for. And you can see it went down to the lows where this probably would have been my lowest point. Maybe right here I probably would have set it. So it would have been a fairly good trade if I could have got in on this with stops just above here. Shoulda, woulda, coulda at 3.5 R or something, but didn't happen. So, but all right, that's the trade, and we'll learn from it. And these volumes are really good. I like this setup, how it did that. It even made me think it was gone, but then came back and then just ran away. So practice on catching these. I just feel like I'm chasing it sometimes. So, all right.